Welcome. In this video I'm going to be taking a look at this Nylavee computer soundbar. So this was provided to me by the distributor, but they're not compensating me for this video and they're not reviewing it before I post it. If you find this video helpful and you want to purchase one of these, I'll put a link to it in the description on Amazon, and if you use that link it helps me out a little bit and doesn't cost you anything extra. So let's get this open. Here we have a manual, 3.5mm auxiliary cable. This has a USB type A cord permanently attached, and this cord is for power. The cord is a little over 4 feet long. So let's take a quick look at the manual. Here are the specs. 2 connection options, Bluetooth 5.0 and 3.5mm audio plug. Power supply is USB plug, no built-in battery. Power input is 5 volts at 2 amps max. So you can plug this into a cell phone charger, tablet charger, power outlet that has a USB port. Could be an RV, computer, power bank. There are many options for powering this. Here's a product diagram. Has a volume knob, power indicator, Bluetooth indicator, auxiliary out jack, auxiliary in jack. This is the button control. So to power it on, you plug it into USB. To power it off, you unplug it. To turn on Bluetooth mode, you press the volume button twice quickly and it will beep. For Bluetooth pairing, it says the indicator flashes blue and white alternately. Bluetooth connected, the Bluetooth indicator flashes every 5 seconds. Bluetooth out of range, the indicator flashes blue and white alternately. So to do volume up, you turn the knob clockwise. It will beep when it's at the highest volume. Turn it down, you turn it counterclockwise. Play pause, you press the volume button once. To answer, hang up a phone call, you press the volume button once and it beeps when answering. To decline an incoming call, press and hold the volume button for 1 second. So this says it does not have a built-in battery. You do need USB to power it. When you use it in wired mode, make sure it's not in Bluetooth mode. Quickly press the volume button twice to switch from Bluetooth mode to wired mode. This says the same thing here. Here's some troubleshooting and support. Okay, take a closer look at this. We do have some plastic on the side here. And here's a message here. This is stuff that's also in the manual. So you can see the edge wraps around here to the front grille. That's metal. This has 4 drivers on it. And these 2, I think they're called transducers. They're mica and it's plastic. So you can see the profile from the back. Has these large rubber feet, rubber pads on the sides. So that keeps it from sliding around. That takes a fair amount of force to move that. So I'm going to plug this in. I'm just going to use a USB power supply right now. Okay, so it just had a tone and it's drawing 0.09 amps right now while it's not doing anything. Okay, and we can see that ring around the volume button. So I'm going to go into my Bluetooth settings on my iPad. I'll double tap the volume button to enable the Bluetooth pairing mode. Okay, so that made a tone. We'll watch for this to come up. Okay, we have the SK100. I'll tap on that. Okay, so now we're connected. Let me pull up some music. Okay, so I have some music here. Let me play this. So here I can adjust the volume with the knob. Okay, so I had it at full volume. It sounded very clean. It was a very full sound. Now I did notice that the Bluetooth on my iPad, I had turned it all the way up and the knob here did not control the Bluetooth on my iPad. So if your volume's low, make sure the volume on your device is turned up. So I just used the button here to turn it up. I could use this slider too. So if I had this turned down and this turned all the way up, it's not very loud until I have it up on my device also. So let's press this here to pause the music. We can see the icon here. We'll press it again to play. There we go. So I'll switch tracks here. Hey, that sounded very nice. So let's switch to wired mode. So I'll double tap the power button. I'll get the auxiliary cable ready here. The auxiliary cable's around 40 inches. If we go to the back here, we have 2 ports. I'll do auxiliary in. So it looks like you can pass audio through here. So if you want to hook this up and then have the speaker go into, say, a monitor or something, that way you can choose which one you want to use. And I'll plug that into the auxiliary of my iPad. So now I'll play something here. Okay, so that's working. So between Bluetooth and the auxiliary input, you're not likely to easily find something that you can't connect this to. Like you could plug this into an old Walkman from the 1980s. Even if you had older equipment, you can get an adapter to plug this into. But that makes this very versatile. And then your modern equipment you can connect up with Bluetooth. I'm going to do a quick check. I hadn't looked at the power usage here. Okay, so I played the music really loud, and I saw this get up to about 0.9 at one time, but then it kind of settled on around 0.7 or around 3/4 of an amp. So it says this needs a 2 amp outlet, but this would probably work well with 1 amp too. So you could easily power this from a computer or any other device. Especially if you're not running it at full volume, it's really going to take less. So I have it on really quiet right here, and it's drawing 0.09 amps. So it's super efficient. So you could easily run this for quite a while from one of those small portable power packs you use to charge a phone. So let's set this in front of a TV and check out what it looks like. Okay, so now I have this connected into a TV. Let me show the back real quick. So it's kind of tight back here, but we have the USB here plugged in, and we have it plugged into the headphone port. So I checked a couple different TVs. They were all Samsung TVs. 2 of them had headphone ports. 1 of them didn't. The largest one didn't, but the smaller ones did, which I think works well because this soundbar would work well with a smaller TV in like an apartment or a bedroom or a dorm or something. You could get an adapter for the large TV if you wanted to though. Okay, so that's the Nylavee SK100 computer soundbar. I really like the look of this. This would look good in a dorm room, an office, a living room. It's not too flashy, which I like, but it's not stale looking either. I like the curves on it. I really like that it has a manual volume knob. It's so much easier to adjust than having push buttons, so it's easy to turn up and down. So you could add a soundbar like this to your computer in your office. You could also add it to a TV in a bedroom. You could put it in a kitchen. You could have this in a gym workout area. It's very versatile. Lots of TVs now also have USB ports on them, so you could plug this into the back of the TV and then plug the auxiliary cable into it to power it. Or if you have a computer, you can power this from the computer itself. The sound on it was great for its size. You could only have so much bass in something this size, but it was a very full sound and it didn't distort at full volume. Let me get down here a little bit so we can have a more front-on view. So that's what we're seeing from the front there. So that's all I'm going to cover in this video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. If you like this video, please click like. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd appreciate it if you could do that. And thanks for watching. Until next time, goodbye.